Welcome back to the X-Centric Collector channel. I'm Talent the X-Centric Collector, and today we're going to be covering Sabretooth. Let's get into it.
Cerebro online.
Cerebro, pull up file Sabretooth 2024.
Accessing file. Sabretooth 50th Anniversary 2-pack 2024. Retail price $49.99. Aftermarket price high $80. Low $49. Accessories. Alternate hands. Alternate head.
Out of all the Wolverine 50th Anniversary 2-packs, I feel like this one was the most anticipated because of this Sabretooth. In fact, the high aftermarket price is without a question, solely because of this figure. The package is another gorgeous windowed box with claw marks tearing through the box, revealing the beautiful artwork on the sides, and we have the awesome cover art on the back, as well as a short blurb about the characters. It says, as regenerative mutants involved in the Weapon X program, Sabretooth and Logan's feud continues long after Logan's escape. I love when they put little touches on it like that. Some boxes these days don't come with any sort of description, so it's a nice addition. Sabretooth came with an alternate head and alternate hands. Let's take a look at Victor Creed out of the package.
This is a long awaited figure for a lot of people, including myself. This is Sabretooth. The 90s classic look. This is how many people see Sabretooth in their mind's eye, including myself. We had a version of this, which I will show you in a minute, but let's just take a minute to appreciate the look of this figure. Unreal. He is so awesome. On back of the mane there. So, unfortunately, his legs are not pinless. They reused a lot of stuff for this figure. I can't remember what the base body is. It might be Omega Red. Pretty sure it's Omega Red's body. But the arms are pinless, which is fantastic, and double jointed elbows. You get a nice range of motion going in there. And it is double jointed knees. Still pins, but yeah. Ab crunch. Oh man, look at that. It's got a lot of crunch looking down, so we can look down at the runt. Look up. It's awesome. The head does not have much going on looking up. Well, that's not too bad. That's also, yeah, not too much up. But he can definitely look down. He can look way down. That's an awesome figure. He does have butterfly joints too, so those shoulders can get a lot of good movement. Reminds me of wrestlers. Do you know what I'm talking about, brother? This is a great figure. He came with an additional head, which is not quite as fearsome, although he's still that evil grin. Still intimidating. Not as intimidating as that, but still a good look. Yeah. And he came with 2 additional hands. Let's take a look at these hands that he's got in there. They're claw hands. That's the best way I could say it. Not necessarily grabby hands, because they're two. In this one, it's slightly different, but it just looks like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That's what they're designed for. The additional hands, this one's like almost like a pointing, but it's got these down here that are, so he's like in the process of grabbing. So this could be used as a grabby hand, and then the other one is definitely a grabby hand that is almost completely closed. So you get these 2 additional hands, additional head, and this incredible figure. Now, to give you an idea of how much of an upgrade this is, let's pull out the old one. So first, look at the head. Look at the head on that guy. There's not even a comparison here. Like it, yeah. The size. Now this one I've got crouching, so let's get him standing straight up. So we'll do them side by side here. He definitely definitely towers over this guy. So that's a huge upgrade. The paint job, as you can see, this one looks more accurate in my mind. And this one also has pins. So, you know, the leg. Why? Why are you putting pins on just part of it? That's the only complaint I have about this, if I'm being honest. That is the only complaint. This is my ideal Sabretooth, obviously. This one, I don't know if he's gonna get retired or not. The articulation's still good, double jointed elbows and knees. He can definitely look up more. Yeah, he'll probably go on another shelf. You know, there's so many Wolverines. It's good to have more than one Sabretooth so that Wolverine has another Sabretooth to fight on a different shelf. So he's not ready to retire yet. This one's gonna go in whatever the master display is, which will most likely be a Brotherhood of Evil Mutants versus the X-Men. And I know a lot of people out there that are die-hard fans do not view Sabretooth as one of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. But if you're like me and you grew up on the 90s cartoon, Sabretooth was working with Magneto. That's kind of how I see him in my mind's eye. If I'm not going to do just like a solo fight scene between him and Wolverine, or like a massive villains attacking the X-Men scene, I'm going to have him with the Brotherhood. So for now, he's going to go on the shelf with the Destiny and Rogue and that new Quicksilver. 2024 has been a good year for the Brotherhood. They've really filled out their ranks. Let's get more into Sabretooth.
Sabretooth. First appearance. Iron Fist number 14, 1977. Created by Chris Claremont. Writer, John Bernardus.
Sabretooth is another X-Men character that got his start in a different Marvel book. In this case, his first appearance was in Iron Fist number 14, published in 1977, and was created by the dynamic duo themselves, Chris Claremont and John Byrne. Claremont has been quoted as saying that Sabretooth was originally meant to be Wolverine's father, but that story never came to be. Victor was born in the 1800s. His mutation manifested early in his childhood. He was fighting with one of his brothers over a piece of pie and killed him. As a result, his father locked him in the basement where he chained his arm to the wall and would pull out his canine teeth, but they kept growing back. After a couple of years of being locked up, Victor chewed through his own hand to escape and immediately killed his father. At 13, he rampaged across Canada, killing at least 3 police officers, among others. Many years later, he went to torture his other brother on his birthday every single year, which he made a twisted tradition, only to find out that one year, a man named Logan had killed him. Sabretooth then set his sights on a new target, Wolverine. Victor made it his new tradition to torture Logan on his birthday instead, killing anyone Logan ever cared about. And over the years, the two became worst enemies. Sabretooth fought in pretty much every war from World War I through Vietnam. He was recruited to the Weapon X program, where, like Wolverine, his mind was altered with false memories and programming to the point where both Logan and Victor worked together on a special Black Ops team along with another mutant named Maverick. Many years later, after leaving the Weapon X program, he was approached by a much younger Xavier, who was trying to recruit him to be part of a mutant superhero team. Sabretooth said as long as the world treated him like a monster, then that's what he would give them. He did join many mutant teams over the years, but they were all villainous, like the Marauders and the Brotherhood, among others. He has often been confused with Wolverine. When people would see the savagery left in the wake of his attacks, many thought it could only be the Wolverine. This was due to the fact that they share a very similar power set and animalistic qualities. Speaking of his powers, let's check out those powers and abilities.
Powers and abilities. Superhuman strength, stamina, durability, speed, agility, reflexes and senses, healing factor, razor-sharp teeth and claws, combat expertise.
Sabretooth possesses superhuman strength, stamina, durability, speed, agility, reflexes, and senses. He also has a healing factor, razor-sharp teeth, and claws. His senses are enhanced to superhuman levels. His sight, hearing, smell, and taste are all highly developed. He can smell and track scents that are over 8 hours old with a concentration of 20 parts per million. He has night vision and can also see in the infrared spectrum, as well as the visible spectrum. However, he may be colorblind like an animal. And because of his many years fighting in wars and being trained in Special Operations Forces tactics, he has gained expert level combat experience. Sabretooth and Wolverine are almost identical in their power set, however Sabretooth's claws are actually more like nails or razor sharp fingertips. His healing factor is also not as efficient as Wolverine's, but it's very close. He is much bigger than Logan and therefore slightly stronger, but for the most part they are equally matched. Although Sabretooth has expert combat training, he tends to fight very savagely, more like an animal than a trained soldier. Let's see how these powers rank on the grid. Cerebro, please pull up the power grid.
Accessing power grid. Analyzing subject.
You can find these grids at marvel.fandom.com or on the backs of various Marvel trading cards. Our first category as always is strength. He is at a 4, world record bench press strength. He's capable of lifting up to 800 pounds. There are plenty of examples, be it the comics or the animated shows, where we can see Sabretooth's immense strength on display. Next category is intelligence. He's at a 2, normal human intelligence. And much like Wolverine, people often mistake Sabretooth's animalistic savagery for stupidity, but he is no less intelligent than your average person. Our next category is speed. He's at a 3, superhuman speed, with a peak range of 110 to 115 miles an hour, and that's on foot. He has been seen killing his would-be executioners before they're able to get off a shot, or dodging bullets at point-blank range. He is a hulking beast that is deceptively fast. Alright, moving on to fighting ability. He is at a 6, Terminator level. Just like Wolverine, he has undergone extensive training as well as years of experience fighting and killing many opponents. Wolverine may be the best at what he does, but Sabretooth is a very close second. You do not want to go toe-to-toe with this animal. Next up is durability. He is at a 4, enhanced human. This makes him somewhat difficult to permanently injure. His bone structure and muscle tissues are augmented to levels that are considerably stronger than normal humans. But again, like Wolverine, he possesses a healing factor, so if you do manage to injure him, he won't be down for long. Next up, we have agility, another 4, peak human agility, which makes him significantly above average. His enhanced reflexes allow him the ability to easily dodge enemy attacks. His reflexes are 3 times as fast as a normal person. He is incredibly agile for his size. And our final category, energy projection. He's at a 1. He has no energy projection at all. Although he often used a wide variety of guns over the years, he mostly fights hand to hand and has no ability to shoot energy blasts of any kind. Looking at his overall stats, with his strength, durability, and agility all at 4s, and his speed at a 3, and then his fighting ability at a 6, Sabretooth is an incredibly deadly villain. With a healing factor and enhanced senses, Victor Creed is a vicious killer with a mean streak. It's best to leave this one to Wolverine if possible. As I've said before, we've gotten to see lots of Sabretooth in the original X-Men the Animated Series, but we didn't get to see him in X-Men 97, so I'm hoping he makes an appearance in Season 2. And speaking of X-Men 97, that reminds me, Cerebro, let him know.
Be sure to check out X-Men 97 reactions with talent. Don't forget to subscribe.
Definitely do go check out my reactions to X-Men 97. Season 1 is up and available to watch, and I'm currently watching FX's Legion. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. Every quick click goes a long way to helping this channel grow, and I thank you in advance. That's all for today. I'm Talent, the Eccentric Collector, reminding you, keep collecting. And until next time, Excelsior!